Hey guys, my name is Wallace. They call me the Nomad Recruiter. I travel the world, make places for a living. If you guys are looking to start a staffing agency, I am a coach and mentor. You can check out my website at nomadrecruiters.com, where I've helped over 1,000 students get their agencies off the ground. And I would love to help you scale your business to 6 or 7 figures if you're trying to get started today. So today we're going to be talking about how to start a staffing agency if you are trying to get your agency off of the ground as quick as possible. Listen, so we're going to start off with understanding how to pick a niche in the staffing world. Niching down is going to be very important because often a lot of recruiters tend to spread themselves too thin when they are trying to specialize on various niches. So that means that if you're trying to focus on healthcare recruiting, healthcare staffing, sales staffing, or IT staffing, you can spread yourself too thin and it can actually backfire and hurt you when you're doing a lot of sourcing or even business development at the end of the day. So do make sure that you pick a popular niche. There are a lot of areas growing right now within the staffing space. Besides healthcare, there's digital healthcare. You have your insurance positions. You have your factory warehouse positions. You have the sky's the limit at the end of the day when you look at the growth and demand of the staffing space as well. I do try to explain to people. I want people to understand that are looking to start a staffing agency that often staffing is confused with recruitment as well. In recruitment, you usually have full-time and direct hire, and then on staffing you have contract and temporary roles. With full-time direct hire, recruiting, this is more so a one-time payment situation where you get paid a one-time payment fee off a one-time deal places someone into a job. Versus with staffing, this is ongoing because you're making residual money and you're getting the paycheck every day. So it's important that you understand that. Of course, you're gonna need your website because branding is important, and you want to make sure you have your basic services about us and what you're offering at the end of the day. You can easily use a lot of platforms like WordPress, Canva, or Wix. The sky's the limit, or you can hire a developer on Fiverr, but you want to try to get those bases down. And I'm actually coming out with a 5-day challenge that teaches you how to get those bases down even faster if you want to just get started quicker with your agency. So websites is going to be important. It's also going to be important to register your business. It's going to be important to make sure you register your business, get your EIN number, and I would encourage you to open up a business account, a business account that supports small businesses, just in case you want to take out loans for the future. Starting your staffing agency can be challenging if you don't have a strategy on consistently finding clients. Often I find that a lot of people who reach out to me often are looking for ways and creative ways to find new clients for the agencies at the end of the day. So that's where I come in with the academy and the program where I teach you innovative strategies to show you how to find clients. Now, it's also going to be important that you understand how to qualify your candidates for your staffing positions as you're trying to get your agency off of the ground. You have to make sure you're asking the right questions when you are working with people in the staffing space. Things you want to be asking is, you want to be asking questions like, where are you located? What is your salary expectations for the position? What is your notice period? And why did you leave your last job? Another thing to mention within the staffing space, in particular, what type of staffing you do. Let's just say hypothetically you're focusing on physicians. Do be mindful that some physicians have 90-day notice periods. It is pretty standard. And what that may mean is you cannot get paid potentially until that candidate start. So you may have to wait 90 days. And sometimes in our contracts, we have up to 30 days for a client to start paying, depending on if it's a contract or permanent position as well. It varies. So it's important to be mindful and not make sure you know what the notice periods is of your candidate, just so you can manage the client's expectation and you don't look like a recruiting or staffing agency that doesn't know what they're doing. So you want to be ahead of the game. Now you want to make sure you utilize some of the popular software tools that we as recruiters use. So some of the tools we use are like platforms like Indeed, Lucia, Contact Out, and then so Indeed is a platform where you can source a lot of candidates with their resumes, but also just look at whatever the equivalent is in your country. As I do have a lot of students around the world, I have students in my program that are from Canada, Nigeria, Australia, the UK, Eastern Europe, South America, and of course, a lot of Americans as well. But a lot of my strategies I use are universal. You can use them anywhere. So you just want to make sure you're utilizing a platform that is the most popular in your city or your country when you're trying to source for candidates at the end of the day. Other platforms like Lucia or Contact Out, these are software tools that give you free names and give you numbers. Well, they don't give you, they're not free. So one only free platform I know of is a platform called True People Search, which is a platform used for Americans that give you names and numbers as well if you're on a budget while you're starting your agency. Now, sometimes people ask me, well, how much roughly would you think I need to start my staff agency with? I would shoot for anything from $3,000 to $5,000, just just to start off with if you can. If it's within your means, I would just start off with a few $1,000s at the end of the day. And most importantly, do not quit your job until you start bringing in capital, until you start bringing in deals, which is going to be really important as well. So, guys, we talked about qualifying. Let's talk about LinkedIn. You're going to need a LinkedIn profile. You're going to need a LinkedIn company page as well. You have to set up credibility across the board. So that's why your website, your LinkedIn branding is extremely important because clients are going to be looking you up, especially if you're asking them to pay you 20, 40, $50,000 per hire. They need to know who they're working with, and they want to make sure that they're working with a professional at the end of the day. So that's going to be, essential to make sure that that credibility is there as well. You want to start building a community in your niche. It is important to niche down because sometimes when you're doing business development as a recruiter, it's better for us to always have resumes ready to go when we're trying to pitch our resumes to clients. Now, do understand and remember when you are pitching to clients, it's important to only send over a blank or blind resume until your terms are signed. If you don't know what a blank or blind resume is, a blank or blind resume is when you take a candidate's resume and you removed all the important details that can identify the candidate. So hypothetically, if you have a resume, it says Harvard University, you're going to take away Harvard University and you're going to put Ivy League school. Or if they work for Ford or Chrysler, you're gonna take away the Ford company name and you're gonna put top top 5 automotive industry job. So you just want to, protect your candidate because there are a lot of clients that will backstab you, sadly enough. And they can, if they find out who the candidate is, they can go behind your back because terms are not signed and they can steal that candidate from you. And trust me, it often does happen a lot. It's important to make sure you pick a niche with less competition. Often people are booking calls with me and I'm getting hundreds of calls a week and everyone is talking about similar niches. But you have to ask yourself what other areas out there in the staffing space are people not looking at that has the potential to grow, which is going to be less competition for you. And most importantly, more money for you as well while you get your agency off of the ground. So also we have this thing in our world called a guarantee. A guarantee period is when often a client does not pay us. It's when we guarantee a client that a candidate is going to stay in a job for a number of days. And often we're not get paid until those number of days are completed. Usually it's pretty standard to have a 30-day guarantee, a 60-day guarantee, and a 90-day guarantee as well. So it's important that you negotiate that with your client. There's a lot of different forms of recruiting and staffing, but it's important that you understand that as well. If you want to get your staff and agency off of the ground, my biggest advice is to get started as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the more competition you have out there, and the more people who are out there who are out there that will steal your clients. I do personally advise you to get a mentor or a coach who has experience as a 360 agency recruiter like myself. I've worked for 2 recruitment agencies as a 360 recruiter where there are some people out here or mentors or coaches out here who have worked internally for companies. So they have worked for LinkedIn or Facebook or Amazon. And these are not people who actually have agency experience. So what does that mean? That means that on a day-to-day basis, their jobs never required them to go out and find clients. They never done business development because they worked internally for a client. And they really never did much sourcing because it could be often sometimes a lot of admin work. As to my field, I have to pretty much kill what I eat as an agency recruiter. So every day I had to go out and find my own clients, I had to find my own jobs, and I had to make it happen and make money at the end of the day. Listen, if you're tired of your current situation, if you're tired of watching 1,000 YouTube videos, I encourage you to reach out to me. Check out some of the links below. I do have a lot of products. I have a couple ebooks for you to get started. We have a workshop masterclass as well. And we are launching our 5-day recruiter challenge that you should be able to sign up for soon as also. But if you want the advanced program to show you how to find clients, you will need to book a call with me and my team. But I would love to help you scale your agency to 6 or 7 figures this year. I would love for you to take action at the end of the day. Listen, if you like this video, I need you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below. Let me know what other content you want me to create for you. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks again.